guys. Welcome back.
This week's episode, one slice only.
One slice only. I was trying to think of something punny, but yeah, that's right.
So we got a cowboy on the couch with us for some reason.
Who do we have today?
Ranchero Jim. I've seen a thing or two,
Did you see One Night Only?
and I saw that as well.
Good, because that's what we're talking about today.
Serendipity.
Serendipity. Well, Ranchero Jim, what were your thoughts on One Night Only?
I was a little disappointed that there weren't more bison in the film. It is a novel concept, I will say, and the execution of it was humorous and clever.
All right. How about you? What'd you think?
This wasn't the conversation we had earlier.
No, not at all. I guess Ranchero Jim holds different opinions to the prior human we were talking to.
Oh, I had to call bullshit on that. I enjoyed it, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I thought was hilarious. So going there, driving to the movie, you guys had both said, oh yeah, they're probably not really gonna, they're probably gonna imply the coitus, but like out the gate, people are just pounding left and right. You can't even walk a couple steps without seeing somebody, doing the deed.
To be fair, I thought it was a PG-13 movie, and the movie let me know very quickly that it was not a PG-13 movie. So there was that.
But I enjoyed it. I'm a freaking sap. Rom-coms just hold a special place in my heart. I can't give it any kind of real true critique or anything of it, but I just thoroughly enjoyed it. And plus, it was a pizza movie. It's a pizza and donut movie.
There was a lot of product placement in the background, but they made the product placement part of the story. So I give them a lot of credit for that. For me, it was a movie that I wasn't mad that I watched it, but it's not a movie I would have watched on my own. Like if you hadn't wanted to go see it, I would not have probably watched this movie.
Yeah.
But when I watch a movie that's about something that I'm not interested in, I like to think of it as, okay, well, maybe this is a subject matter, whatever, that I'm not personally interested in, but did it execute it well, or did it do something different with that concept? My wife watches a lot of rom-coms. I've seen this kind of movie many times, but this movie did something a little bit different. It had some social commentary in it. It had a very ridiculous concept, which is that only married people are allowed to have sex, and if you're not married, they literally track you with a chip in your body to make sure that you're not doing it. And I was like, I wonder if they're going to explain how all that works. And instead of just doing an exposition dump, they found a way to organically explain it throughout the course of the story. And then they had the visual storytelling in the background of people protesting it and Dunkin' Donuts advertising through the sex night. And it was, you know what it was? It was The Purge, but with sex. That's what this movie was.
It's funny. Another buddy had said that when I told them the plot of it. They're like, so it's The Purge, but opposite.
Yeah, it's like, it's all about love instead of killing each other.
Well, Ranchero Jim isn't good with things like subtext and allegory, metaphors, but correct me if I'm wrong, there was some political things that were going on in that film. Still no bison, but there were political things.
You want to elaborate?
There was a mention of the fascists, which, it comes up in our political discourse of the time. There was, I believe, some jabs at a former president. But I just got some definite political vibes watching that movie, but I wasn't sure if that's what was going on, because there was a lot, like you said, there was a lot of going on, and F word flying, definitely not for the children. No, not at all.
I would not take a children to that movie for sure.
No.
My favorite part of the whole movie, though, was LeVar Burton, a.k.a. Geordie LaForge, but more importantly, Reading Rainbow, the host of Reading Rainbow, getting freaky in some bubble wrap. That to me was just, I was like, this is a guy that I grew up with as a kid teaching me how to read, and now I'm watching him naked, covered in bubble wrap, getting it on with Molly Ringwald. That was an experience.
They both look good for their age.
Yeah, no, I was impressed for sure. There are a lot of little fun cameos in the movie. If you've seen this director's prior film, Anyone But You, there's a few cameos in there for you. Or, well, more like visual gags, I guess, would be more appropriate.
We actually really wanted to see this movie just because of the fact that we were watching trailers, and I don't know, some other restaurant pops up in the trailer. Chris looks over at me and says, there's never any pizza movies. And I was like, well, actually, One Night Only is coming up. And he's like, what's One Night Only? I'm like, I don't know. It's about two people that fall in love on one night only. I think it's Valentine's Day thing. I didn't understand the plot at the time. The guy owns a pizza restaurant. So it was very New York style. And with that, we actually ended up going over to Weirdo's.
Yes, one of our favorite pizza by the slice spots. And serendipitously, as Ranchero Jim said earlier, they only had cheese as the vegetarian option. But then they said, but wait, we got this New York style one coming out. And I'm like, cool, it's on brand for the movie. I'm good with the New York style pizza.
You know, you had mentioned Dunkin'. So there was actually not, if I recall correctly, I don't recall seeing any actual dessert in there. And so, but I did see them. They were holding Dunkin' cups. So we actually did not go to Dunkin' Donuts though.
We went to Randy's, which is kind of like the LA Dunkin'. Because Dunkin' came from the East Coast, if I recall, and Randy's is kind of an LA staple. So
I believe that Randy is a New York version of Ranchero.
I was just gonna say Ranchero Jim went to Randy's.
I did.
you think Ranchero is a East Coast word, do you? Ranchero Jim?
No, I think that it's a Wyoming word.
Wyoming.
But in New York they say Randy, but in Wyoming we'd say Ranchero.
You can open up a Ranchero's Gym, serves bison only.
But I would
it.
like to bring up the ride home, in which we were hitched up and we were riding down the freeway and we ran into some stuff. Like, I know my saddle shrank a little bit.
That's his way of saying that we almost plowed into the back of another vehicle due to unexpected stopping on the freeway.
It's one way to put it.
So anyway,
Well, you wanted to bring it up. What do you want to bring up?
That was it.
Oh,
Yeah.
no actual comment on it. Just
it happened. No big
like,
deal.
hey guys, there's another event. You guys are forgetting.
You know, I pay attention to very strange things in movies. And there's a scene in the movie where something falls into a sewer and the character picks it up. And like, that's gross enough as it is because they didn't wash their hands after getting dunked in a sewer. But then after that, they put the thing that they picked up in their mouth. And the whole rest of the movie, all I could think about was how they put the sewer item in their mouth and did not rinse their mouth out at all the rest of the movie.
Well, it wasn't the only disgusting thing in that person's mouth either. The whole thing is about hooking up. And I'm not going to totally try to dance around it, but this guy's doing like a card trick to impress a girl. One of the cards happens to appear in the girl's mouth. It was just like disgusting. Like he stuck a card in her mouth.
But how did it get there? It's magic.
Magic. And I had a special question for her on the card. I won't. You know what? Yeah, no spoilers.
You could infer what the question was by the context of the movie that you were watching, but yeah.
Probably a jump cut in there somewhere,
Yeah. Tell us about your cinematic background, Ranchero Jim.
Wait, he has a cinematic background?
Well, I liked Clint Eastwood movies that he made over there in Italy. The Man with No Name kind of reminds. I try to be like him,
But you have a name.
Yes, I do. But actually, he has a name too. But
spoilers for a 70-year-old movie.
Yeah, but
Spoiler alert.
I've spent a lot of time doing what they call documentary movies out on the plains of Wyoming, up and close with the bison. Who I have a spiritual connection with the bison. I go for a wide aspect ratio to capture the vastness of the Wyoming plains and the bison as they come into frame. And then, they make one of their sounds, which I will not repeat.
Where can we watch these nature documentaries?
Well, they were uploaded to a platform that I believe no longer exists.
That's convenient.
It's www.bison-wyoming aspectratio.com/gov.
Cool. So you stopped paying your GoDaddy bill and then
I was gonna say that's a streaming service.
Yeah, I mean it's expensive maintaining a website like that, especially it's really just art, but it's the gigabytes if I'm saying that word right, of data. And finally they just called me and they said, Ranchero Jim, we just need to remove your stuff from the platform.
I have an idea. We could upload your movies to our platform.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be mighty obliged if you did that. All right.
We're going to show the world what Ranchero Jim is all about and these bison.
As long as he didn't lose the hard drive in the Great Bison Stampede of 1997 or whatever.
Oh, the Great Bison War of 1867?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. I may be from the future and also the past.
I feel like I'm in have fun, good luck, don't die right now.
Yeah, seriously. It's like this AI generated character over here. Well, on that note, did you have any other thoughts about One Night Only?
No, it was a great freaking movie. I would say go see it if you're a fan of rom-coms. If you absolutely loathe rom-coms, then it's not going to be your movie.
But if your partner likes rom-coms, you could definitely do a lot worse.
You guys, any final thoughts?
I think I enjoyed it. And if I did happen to have a lady friend with me, I would have to say that I loved it, because if I didn't, then there might not be one night, or maybe there would only be one night. But I think the women folk are going to like that movie.
Philosophy.
And sexism. What's for next week?
Oh man, isn't it the end of Oak Street?
End of Oak Street's J.J. Abrams movie where a family gets teleported to, we don't know where, but there's dinosaurs. So
Yeah, we're going to have to watch the movie to find out. Now, I don't know what they eat. It is all home based, so it might end up being a diner next week. We'll have to see.
Oh.
Unless there's a place that serves dino.
The only place I could think of is the restaurant attached to the Jurassic Park ride at Universal Studios.
There you go.
We're going to have to go there.
You can go there. You look like you're from Jurassic Park, actually, so you probably think you work
Fit
at the
right in at Universal.
They put a thing on you and make you operate the ride.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in this week. It's been great. What sound does a bison make?
Don't ever do that again.